Hey everybody, welcome to our Diesel Dreamers team call. Tonight is February 20th, 2017, and we have a super awesome guest speaker tonight. I'm so happy to welcome my friend Melissa Galamay to our call. Melissa and I met, I can't remember if it was at a summit or at a Success Club trip, but she is amazing, and I got to spend some time with her back in November when we went to Unleash the Power Within, which is a Tony Robbins event, and we spent a weekend up there in California. So we had some girl parties going on, but she is like incredible. Seriously, some of the things that she's been through and overcome and survived are just like so unbelievable. And it's an honor to call you my friend and to see like all the stuff that you've been able to accomplish in such a short time of being a coach. So for those of you who might not know Melissa, she is a mommy to 3 awesome kids. She is a wife. She has been a coach for a few years, probably like 3 max, right? 3, yeah. She's hit elite 2 times in a row. She is an SC5 legend. She left her corporate job after 15 months into coaching and has done Beachbody coaching full-time since then. She's an organizational leader. And like I said, she's just so inspiring. She's a kick-ass person. She's super sweet, amazing, inspiring, incredible. And I'm just going to let her take the floor. So I hope you guys are ready.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Paulina, for that amazing introduction. It's been incredible, and I hope that some of what I can offer you guys tonight, you can take and you can translate that and put it into whatever you need it to be, because I think this business is different for everyone, right? We all start generally for selfish reasons, and I say selfish because it's about us, and it's okay to be selfish, and I used to think that being selfish was something that was very vain and that I shouldn't be doing it for myself. But when I found Beachbody, I had followed my coach. Most of you guys may know Mindy Horde. I watched her on Facebook for 13 months. She was a complete stranger. We had no friendship, no history background, but she kept showing up in my news feed like most of us do in other people's, right? And I was just desperate for change, and I needed more time with my family. And so I was leaving my corporate career after 7 years and going to work for a small office where I was going to work Monday through Friday, which seemed like a blessing to me because I had never had weekends off. Like, my kids knew that I would always have to miss baseball. My son was only 5 or 6, but he knew that I wasn't going to be able to be at things. So it's like they never really talked to me about those things. And that hurt because he was just starting out in school and I was already missing out on all of these things. And I was tired of sending my kids to daycare. So I was taking on this new job. I was willing to take a pay cut because I needed that. I was desperate for time with my kids. And I didn't know if this thing was going to work, but I just was desperate to feel better about myself. And I don't know about you guys, but when you get to that desperate feeling where you feel like you've exhausted everything, you're willing to basically do anything. And it didn't matter. I thought $140 was a lot of money. But when I went back to my bank account and I looked that I had spent $140 just going through drive-thrus or grabbing energy drinks or going to Forever 21, literally I was blowing $140 constantly. So I knew I needed to make that investment back into my health. So I dove in, and I'm going to be talking about this a little bit later on in the push if you guys are a part of that. But I just duplicated everything that my coach told me to do, and I trusted her because I saw the success that she had done. And so if you guys hear anything on this, if you guys have Paulina, who's an amazing coach, or some of you guys from our team are on, thank you for joining. It's nice to see familiar faces, but just the reason why people are leading the way for you or are telling you how to do these things, it's because we've done them, right? We've put in the work, we've shown up, we understand what that looks like. And so for me, here I was taking this leap of faith. My coach told me to start with the 21-day fix, which I didn't know Christina Delgado back then. And for me, she was like a superstar, right? She was a famous person who I thought she didn't even have 12 pounds to lose. And here she was sharing her results where she lost 12 pounds through doing the 21-day fix test group. And I just thought, Why not me? Why can't I do that? If this woman who doesn't even have 12 pounds to lose can do it, how come I can't do it either? And then I started saying that about myself. You know, when I saw Becky put in her resignation, I wasn't even a coach yet. And I kept saying, how come I can't do that? How did they get so lucky? How did Christina get so lucky? How did Mindy get so lucky? And you know what it was? It wasn't luck. It was work. And they showed up consistently. And I wanted to be a part of that. And so I did. And in my first round of the 21-day fix, I lost, I think, 10 pounds and 10 and a half inches. And I was proud of myself for once. And for those of you that have children, you understand, maybe you felt like this too. You get stuck in this mindset that you are just going to have the body that you have for the rest of your life because now you have kids, right? And for me, when I had my first son, I had gained 62 pounds, and then I lost, I think, 20 of them. And then I had Tyler 2.5 years later. And then my aunt signed me up for Weight Watchers, and I lost like 40 pounds. And so my confidence went up a little bit there, but my life had spun so far out of control, and it was just starting to come back together when I joined this opportunity. I had to trust the process and trust what my coach was saying, and I got the results. And so I don't think if I wouldn't have got those results in the first 21 days that I would have stuck around to this, right? And so that's what I want to encourage you guys is the work has to start with you. You have to be selfish. You have to be selfish in your programs. You have to be selfish in your personal development. You have to show up every single day for yourself because that's why we started, right? And by doing that, it's going to show other people your consistency. You're going to be able to help them see the results that you get. And when you bring people on, I want you to get them started and help them get those results. Because I can tell you, my coaches who have gotten results within their first 21, 30, 60, 90 days, whether it be losing 5 pounds or getting off blood pressure medication or being able to get back in their pre-pregnancy jeans or learning how to meal plan, and they're finding these wins, those are the people who have stuck around, right? You have to give back and invest into people and help them believe in themselves just the way that you are believing in yourself. And sometimes, guys, I'm going to be honest, you have to fake it till you make it, because this journey isn't, okay, it's not easy, but it's very simple. Let me say that again. This business is not easy, but it is simple. If you stick to the 4 vital behaviors and you drink a shake, you do your workout, you meal plan, you set aside that time and show up through your program and get results and show that to people, you're going to have results to show to them. If you show up every single day and you invest, I remember when I first started, they said invest 10 minutes to personal development. I can tell you now, I would say 85% of my day is involved around personal development. So I encourage you to say, I'm not only going to do 10 minutes, I'm going to do 30 minutes. I'm going to do an hour. I'm going to listen to it while I do dishes. I'm going to do it while I do dinner. Literally, you have to do personal development, and that is where you're going to really start believing in yourself. And I can give you guys some recommendations if you'd like. For me, one I always recommend for my challengers, and I read this book 3 times, is You Are a Badass, because it really gave me the confidence to really believe in myself, and I could relate to what she was saying in the book, and I could tie my life stories into the things that she was talking about. Another one is mastering your mean girl. Guys, we all look at ourselves and say, I'm too fat, I'm ugly, I look old, I'll never be good enough, this person's better than me. We have to stop telling ourselves those BS stories, and we have to start saying nice things about ourselves. I'm a firm believer that what you speak out into the universe is what comes back. So if you're always saying, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'll never be a size whatever, I'll never be this weight, guess what? You won't, because that's the thing that you're focusing on, you're giving energy to. But if you get up every single morning and you do positive affirmations and you say, I'm strong, I'm confident, I am capable, I'm easily going to attract people to join me, I'm easily going to make it through my workout today because I'm going to take breaks when I need to, but whatever it takes, I'm not going to stop. It's going to help you get through those moments. And like I said, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. I remember when I was going through the elite qualification the first time, I was like, I don't freaking know how I'm going to do this. And I would break down and cry. But Becky was such an amazing mentor to me. She would fill me up with all these positive words and tell me just to, keep my head down and remain on the course. And I had someone else tell me to grab my notebook and pull it out and write down, we are worthy and deserving of being an elite team. And so the more that I said it, the more that I started to believe those things. And so the same thing I want to offer to you guys. Your goal may not be to be elite. It may not be to be premier. It may not to ever leave your job. But whatever it is, say nice things about yourself and whatever those goals are, and speak kindly about it. For me, I was desperate to get home to my kids. I started this journey, like I told you, I had 2 small children and I was desperate for time with them. This was my solution to getting that time. 3 months into this journey, after I just lost that 22 pounds and my confidence is going up and I'm feeling on top of the world and I'm thinking really big things, guess what? I got pregnant unexpectedly with a 3rd child. I didn't know how I was going to make it, but I knew I had an opportunity at my fingertips that could change my whole life if I tried. And so what did I do? I spent $150 on one of the random sites. It was like Beachbody Summit 2014 site. And I scalped a ticket, right? I drove with one of my brand new coaches 14 hours to Las Vegas. We drove. I worked half a day on that Friday because I was terrified to ask my new employer for this time off to go to this event for this new business I was building. And you know what people think about MLMs, right? That they don't work, all these things. And so I was like almost embarrassed to be like, yeah, I'm going to go for this Beachbody thing. And here I am getting chubby and pregnant. So we drove and we crawled into bread with strangers. And what I mean by that is we found these other women in the network who needed roommates and we didn't know them and we shared a room with them. And it was the best experience of my life. And I remember having Becky and Christina walk by and I was like, oh my God, there they are. And they were just these people who had been showing up in my newsfeed for the past year and a half. And I didn't have the guts to say hello to them because I thought that they were so up here and I was way down here, but that was me. That was the belief in myself. And that was just a BS story, again, that I was telling myself. They have become amazing, incredible mentors to me who have become very, very dear friends with me, right? I used to think that they were like celebrities, and now I just know that they're regular moms like I was. Becky started this opportunity because she wanted to pay for diapers. Christina was skeptical, right? Like, you all have this in you to do this. And you just have to start believing it, even if you have to fake it till you make it. So personal development is key. Positive affirmations. I wake up every single morning and I say nice things to myself. I make sure that I'm saying kind things. And if I catch myself saying, oh my God, I'm so fat, oh, because we still, you fall into that cycle sometimes, I correct myself. It's okay to correct yourself. You guys, we have the whole world to prove wrong. You have the whole world doubting your ability. You have to believe in yourself. Think about it this way. A bird goes and flies on a branch. Say it's super, super flimsy. It's not trusting the branch. It's trusting its wings, that it knows at any point it can get up and fly. Melanie Mitchell said at the New Leaders Conference last year, sometimes you have to take the leap and build your wings on the way down. For me, that hit home so much. Because I know that I am in complete control, but it starts with my mindset and believing in myself. And it starts with showing up every single day. And I'm going to move on to work ethic in just a minute, but I want you to think about what it is that you love about yourself. What is it that you have to offer to the world? What is the light that you can shine on others? Because it won't be the same thing that I have or Paulina has, right? It comes from within you. When I said in the beginning that this journey is personal, it's because it is. Because Charmaine's goals might not be the same as Katie's. And Ashley's goals may be way different than Paulina's. But we're on this mission together. And the great thing is it doesn't matter where you live. We can contact people all over the United States. Some of you are in California. Some of you are in Colorado. Some of you are in Florida. But the beautiful thing is this opportunity's all bonded us together. We have this amazing sister and brotherhood where we get to build these relationships and let our light shine on others. So when you have somebody like Ashley or Yvette or Amanda or Robin who says, I can't do it, you get to get eye level with them and say, yes, you can. So tonight, I want you to walk away from this call and I want you to get eye level with yourself, because you can do this. You just have to put your head down and do it. Because I was just a regular mom who needed time with her kids. And I can tell you this business has changed and transformed my life in more ways than I could ever express or I could ever repay my coach for extending this opportunity. You are keeping other people's destinies trapped in your mouth if you are not sharing this opportunity with other people. So you have to get outside of your own head. You have to believe that somewhere deep down inside you, you can change someone's life the way that Christina changed Paulina's, the way that Mindy's changed mine, and the way that I hope that I'm impacting my team. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to grow. You have to push the limits. You have to do some scary stuff, because I can tell you, driving 14 hours to meet my coach that I had never met in my life and crawl into bed with strangers, that was scary, right? That was totally outside my comfort zone. But it was one of the best decisions that I could have ever made. And what I learned during that was that anybody could do this, right? Lindsay Matway was the top coach at that time, and I remember her getting up there and telling her story of her family who's struggled with alcoholism and drug addiction, and her brother who had died, and all these things that I could relate to. So it doesn't matter where you come from. You're not a victim of your past. You just have to believe that you have the power to make a change in your life at any point in time. Over the past 3 years, my life has changed drastically. After 15 months, like Paulina said, I was able to walk away from my job. That wasn't because I doubted myself. It was because I put my head down and I showed up and I said, I don't know how this is going to work or how long it's going to take me, but I have to do it because I have 3 little people that are depending on me. And guess what? After I had Jenna, I had to send her back to daycare. I had to send her to someone else. And every single morning I was frustrated. I was yelling at my kids to hurry up and find their shoes and grab their backpacks. And why didn't you get this done last night? And how come I have to tell you so many times? And drop them off at this daycare and then take my daughter to another daycare, where that one was telling me how much fun they had on play date or at a play date with her kids after school. Or I would run into somebody else at Walmart after work and they would tell me how beautiful my baby is, that they saw her at the school with this mom who was watching my baby. And I remember feeling so much anger and frustration. And it wasn't even towards the person that was taking care of my baby. It was frustration with myself that I couldn't be there to take care of my kids the way that they needed me to. I couldn't go volunteer in my kids' class when they asked me to. I had to tell them no. I would get a pit in my stomach when my kids would be sick and I would have to call in, right? I was always short on time and always short on money. This opportunity has brought so many blessings into my life. And I will be honest in telling you, there's been hard moments. I'm not debt free, right? It's not a get rich quick scheme. So if you're in it for that, I promise you're in the wrong one. But if you put your head down and you show up every single day and you do your power hour, guys, you have to have a power hour. I did a call on it the other day. Let me see. Okay. So this is my power hour. It sits on my desk. It's handwritten. There's hundreds of resources out there for you. You can Google them. You can go to Pinterest. I'm sure Paulina has something. There's resources in Diesel Nation. Maybe you've created your own. But whatever it is, stick to it. So every single day, I know that it's my responsibility and my job that I have to work out, right? That is part of my job. There's things that my old job I hated doing. It was like I procrastinated to the last minute to do it, but I did it because I was paid to do that. Being your own boss, there's nobody nudging you and telling you every single day what you have to do. You have to stop thinking like an employee and you have to do things that are expected of you if you want this business to be anything more than a hobby. When I first started this business, I was told, if you treat this business like a business, you'll get paid like one. If you treat it like a hobby, you'll be paid like one. And I remember when that shift changed, because when I started, I was a diamond coach. And I got to go to Summit and I was making $150 a week. I was like, this is really cool. This is extra money, because I didn't have a plan yet to change my life. But the moment that it started paying for my car payment and both of me and my husband's Shakeology, and then I was able to, for us to afford things that we weren't regularly able to, like date nights and babysitters, so that we could have that extra time, or walking in and to the grocery store and not having to call the bank to make sure that I had enough for groceries. All of those things were because I put my head down and did a power hour. So on here, 5 to 10 friends every single day. Depending on your goals, you might want to adjust that. For me, I do adjust that, but that is the minimum. Start 5 to 10 new conversations every single day, right? So that doesn't mean that you're having to go out and send all these cold invites. That is going and saying, hey, Charmaine, happy birthday. Hey, Amanda, oh my gosh, your cat is getting so big. I've been following you. Hey, Robin, I love that sweater you knitted, right? You're starting conversations with people. Or if Katie's liked 5 of my pictures, I'm going to go send her a message and say, hey, Katie, thanks so much for your support. It really is hard for me to put my story out there on social media, but having a supportive Facebook community with people like you in it really helps me out. 99.9% of the time, Katie's going to say, you've been really inspiring me. Now I know I'm inspiring her, and I get to open up that Pandora's box and have that conversation with Katie, right? Okay. Next thing, 5 to 10 invites every single day. This is Teen Cup Month, so my goal every day is 40, right? I want to send out 40 because my goal this month is 40 Success Club points. So I can't just send out 10 invites a day. I have to do maximum stuff. And then follow-ups, guys. Follow-up is so critical. If you don't go back and follow up with those people, chances are somebody might, right? Or they might go and try something else that's out there, because we know that there's a lot of stuff out there, but we have a solution that can help change people's lives. Really important that you're tracking. If you don't have some sort of tracking system, make sure that you're doing that every single day. Make sure that you're logging into your coach online office and that you're checking to see what new customers are in there. You're checking to see where your volume's at so that you can send a thank you to that customer for their 3rd month of Shakeology and talk to them about the All Access Pass and why they haven't got a discount on their Shakeology yet to join your team. There's simple things that you should be doing every single day. And I know that it's uncomfortable, but guess what? That's where the success happens. It wasn't comfortable for me to ask my boss after a month of working at this new employer if I could drive to Las Vegas or, take a half day and go to Las Vegas to this trip. I was so sick over that. But guess what? I can tell you, I was so much more invested in going to a live event than I would have if I didn't go and I just listened to what everybody did. If you're not going to live events, if you haven't been to Super Saturday, if you're not going to Summit, if you're not going to even try to get on the list for Success Club, it's changed now. But if you're not getting to these live events, you need to. You have to ask the time off for work. You have to carve out the time. Guys, I have kids who play sports year round. I miss their games because this isn't my business, right? If I am the owner of, I don't know, Gawk Shocks, that was an old company, but if I'm the CEO, you have to get there because they're not going to let you just take the day off because it's a sports event for your kids. But the great thing about it is my kids know that I'm going to be at every single other one because I don't have to work, right? So if I miss one game a quarter, I have to miss one game a quarter. Or maybe it's a few because I do travel a lot more for Beachbody since I've grown so much. I make sure I get to these live events. I'm hosting my own leadership event in June. I'm going to Florida in May. We are going a week in April, the Success Club trip. But I don't feel guilty that because I'm home with my kids the rest of the time. Ashley wants to know when Super Saturdays are. Ashley, we can get you that information if you log into the back office and you type in where you live. It'll tell you all of them close. My first Super Saturday, I drove 2.5 hours. The one that I host personally, I drive an hour and a half for. I don't even host it in my town. I drive to another town because I want to be able to, 1, give back to the coaches in my community, and 2, it's worth it for me. It's worth it for me to invest my time. And all of those things, guys, it's a tax write-off. If you don't know this business and you're not so grounded in this business, you need to figure it out. You need to understand the ins and outs of this business because that is what is going to help you be successful. Tune into these team calls. Maybe you're listening to this later. Maybe you couldn't make it on tonight. That's okay. But make sure if your coach and your team's offering you these resources, they're for a reason. It's not just because we like to hear ourselves talk and talk about what we've done to be successful. We want you to be successful. Christina said the other day, she doesn't care if she made another dollar in her life. She wants to pay it forward. And that's true. When you become a leader in this business, you want to see your team be successful. It stops being from that selfish person who signed up. And I don't mean selfish in a bad way, because we all signed up for ourselves, right? It stops being just about us and shining that light onto other people. The more that you're giving, the more that you're growing, the more that you're going to get back. So you have to show up every single day, no matter what's happening in your life. I can tell you that I personally have been through a lot of things. I could have stopped 3 months in when I got pregnant with my daughter, right? I could have let. So that's the other thing I do. I set alarms on my phones to keep me on track. But you have to figure out a system, what works for you and your family. And it's not going to be the same that it looks for Paulina, right? I have children. Paulina doesn't. So her business is going to look a little bit different than mine. But don't compare your business. I'm not going to compare my business to Paulina's, right? I'm not going to say, well, she has more time. You find time. We all get the same 24 hours in a day, right? I don't know what goes on in her life and what she does, just like she doesn't know what goes on at my house and what I do. So focus, stay in your lane. Focus on what's important to you. If you don't want to be a millionaire with this business, you don't have to be. That's the beauty of it. You can do whatever you want. But if you're somebody who's coming in and saying, I need this, I want this, guess what? You have to put in the work. You have to show up, because I can promise you, I didn't get here because I needed or wanted something and then didn't do anything and sat on my hands. I did it because I showed up no matter what happened in life. I shared my story consistently and unapologetically, and I got super, super uncomfortable. I still get uncomfortable posting things. I've been sharing more things about my life that I have never opened up about. And now I'm sharing it on social media where I have 3,800 friends, right? When I started this, I had like 400. So you have to constantly be doing those things, inviting people, working out, sharing how Shakeology's transformed your health, doing your personal development and sharing the learnings from it, going to events. Paulina and I invested, we made a big investment and went to Tony Robbins. I can say that was the smartest decision of 2016 for me, single-handedly. That was the best investment I made. We're getting ready to go to an event in May. It's a huge investment, but I know it's a smart business decision. So figure out what those smart business decisions are for you. And maybe it just starts by setting business hours and communicating your goals to your spouse. When I first started and I really, really wanted this, we would literally listen to Scotty Hobbs videos at dinner, because I wanted my husband to see that it wasn't just about me, it was about us, and that men work this business too. My husband doesn't work this business, but he supports me 100%. He's always in my corner. He asked me before I even made the decision, when do you go to Florida? Because he knows these things are important to me. He attends Summit with me. He goes on the Success Club trips. You have to communicate the goals to the people in your life. You have to communicate them to your friends too, because you might be just kind of pulling yourself away from social situations, and they don't understand it, and you don't want to build resentment up for your friends or family. You want them to be a part of this. I can tell you one thing that I've been implementing, and it's working really well, and that was one of my alarms that went off. Unless I have a scheduled team call, I try not to be on my phone at night, because I want my family to know that they are important, right? Right now, my husband's working out of town, so it's up to me to make sure kids get everything done, because he's not here to do that extra stuff. So my son's helping me because he knew I had a team call tonight, right? So set those business hours and stick to them, so that way you're not feeling so overwhelmed. One thing I've been talking to my team over and over again, guys, get back to the basics. Track your work, do your power hour, use the scripts that are in the Diesel Nation page. Maybe Paulina has other scripts. I know that I just did a 7-day invite script for my team. So I've had people reach out to me, well, I don't know how to send an invite. I refer them back to the scripts or to the 7-day thing that we had just done. Let's see, prioritize your list every single day. You know that you have to do your workout, right? You know that you have to send your invites. You know that you have to make 3 to 5 posts every single day. Those are going to be 3 of the most important things that you do in your personal development. For me, that's number 1. I have to do my personal development, or my mind's off for the day. I have to do it. So prioritize what's important. If there's things that can wait, let them wait. Hey, Bella, can you grab your sister? She's go. Bella, I'm on a call, bud. I'm on a call. Okay. Mommy be done in just a few minutes, okay? Yeah. Okay. Bubba, please, come on. Okay, please turn her bottle, please. Sorry, guys. Okay, we'll wrap it up soon. Prioritizing is super, super important. You don't want to skip over the things that are most important to your business, because anyone can make us a pretty graphic or a volume report or, things like that. If you're going to be doing so focused on those things, or instead of inviting, I can promise you your business is probably not going to grow. Okay. So do the most important things first that you're avoiding. Eat that frog early. And then be open to feedback. It's okay to go to your coach and say, you know what, I really want to grow and I would love to get some feedback on what my page looks like, or how are my posts. It's okay to be open to those things. And if somebody gives you constructive feedback, don't shut it down. They're telling you that, unless it's, somebody hating on you. But if it's somebody coming through a place of love and helpfulness, take that and just understand where it's maybe coming from. Because I know that I've received feedback in the past that maybe stings a little bit. But if I sit back and I really think about how I could grow from this, instead of being offended to it, it'll really help. So I don't know if there's anything else that you guys have any questions on, but just ask yourself where you're at in your business. Do a gut check. Are you doing the things that you need to grow your business? Are you showing up consistently, or are you showing up a couple days a week and then getting discouraged that it's not working? Because consistency is key, guys. And if you're not constantly adding people to your friends list, something that I just learned and I've been encouraging my coaches to do is go to your friends list and look and see how many people you have on March 1st. And write that number down, do a Post-it note, stick it up somewhere, so that on the next month, you can look and see how many your number has increased by then, right? So then you know that you're growing your business. For me, whenever somebody accepts my friend request, I am automatically send them a message and just say, hey girl, thanks so much for accepting my friend request. I scoped out your page. It looks like you're a motivated mama too. I'm always looking for inspiring people to fill my newsfeed. Just did that last night, and like this girl, I was like, we hit it off. I was like, oh, we could be like Facebook twins because we post so much similar stuff. And so that was our first conversation. Today, I reached out to them and I said, listen, I'm really inspired by your post, and I see that you have a lot of goals. What do you do? That's it. Now I'm starting a conversation. I'm not inviting her into my world yet. I just want to know about them. So ask those open-ended questions and just ask yourself, why not me? If there's something that you want for this life, go and do it. Because that's the greatest gift of this opportunity. You have the ability to do anything that you want with it. So I hope that this added some value tonight. I'm open to any questions that you might have.
Well, I don't know if anyone has any questions, but before we open up for questions, I just want to say thank you. I took like pages of notes. I just want to go over some key things that you mentioned. Spot on. It wasn't luck, it was work. Like, that should be like a hashtag. It should be like everywhere, because it's so true. This business isn't about luck. It's about working and like you said, keeping your head down, focusing, staying in your lane, focusing on your business and what you want out of it, figuring out what your why is, what's driving you, what's your pain point. Like you mentioned at the beginning, the reason why you were so focused on making this work is because you were desperate. You wanted to find that time to spend with your kids. You weren't happy with the fact that you had to leave them at daycare. Like, you wanted to be present. You wanted to have those moments with them and be there and have, the extra income to make that possible. And that's why, probably one of the main reasons why you're so successful in it, because you kept that vision in your mind of what you wanted life to be and how this opportunity was going to get you there, right? But you knew it was going to take work, and you were just very consistent. Like you said, you've gotten out of your comfort zone. You've shown up every single day. You're not an employee. You're your own CEO, and you're duplicating what Mindy taught you, and you're paying that forward to other people and sharing the opportunity with them. So if you guys haven't noticed, there's no secret sauce. It all comes down to the 4 vital behaviors: showing up every single day, having that CEO mindset, and really digging deep into personal development and figuring out what is your driving force. Like, what is your why? What do you want out of this? Because everyone's goals are different, and that's totally cool, but everyone has an equal opportunity here. No one has a leg up in this business. We all start at zero. We all start as a coach. No one starts out as a superstar diamond, so it's really up to you. So I hope you take away everything that Melissa talked about here and shared with you guys, and just use that to fuel you up and motivate you, and just get to work. Back to the basics, like she said. Don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be this fancy schmancy stuff. Like, just genuinely care about other people. Share your journey. Be vulnerable. Get out of your comfort zone and do it day in and day out. And that's really all it is. Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it's important for you to be a storyteller. So many people aren't, anybody can go and buy a product, right? They can go on Amazon and buy the 21-day fix. But if you're able to connect the dots for them and tell them how it impacted your life and why, that it's basically a vessel that's going to help them get the end result that they want. For me, I do talk a lot about the physical transformation, but I talk so much more about the mental transformation and the emotional side of this business, because for me, that's what it has been. While I have had, I lost a total of 60 pounds, and but then it was like 30, and then got pregnant, and then I lost the weight after, so it's a total of 60. And I'm still on my journey, and I'm open about that, right? But for me, I'm not the same person that signed up 3 years ago. I keep saying 2.5. My anniversary was the other day, but I'm not the same person. And it would be so selfish of me not to want this for others, because I don't feel desperate anymore. I don't feel like I'm a victim. I don't feel angry about things that I was angry before. I don't resent my children or other people who are taking care of my children. I know that I have, the crazy part is we're just getting started. We haven't even went international yet. We have the greatest thing right now with the All Access Pass. If you guys are not using that, seriously, get on board, you guys, because it's phenomenal. Literally shout it from the rooftops. This is the game changer. This is what people, for me, today I was like, holy crap, how am I going to get my workout in? Because my husband's working out of town. I'm not going to have any time to myself tonight besides this, where there's going to be distractions. But I don't have family that lives here. I don't have a babysitter. So leaving my house to go to the gym, I was able to get my workout in right before the boys got home from school while Jenna was down from her nap, up making dinner, take a quick shower, and on a call. So it's talking to people about how it adds value into your life and what it can do for them. And just knowing, like, nothing's impossible. Nothing is impossible at all. And if I can do it, and Paulina can do it, you guys can do it too. You just have to do it. You can't wait for somebody to tell you how to do it. So.
Amen. So does anyone have any specific questions for Melissa about anything she talked about tonight? Any takers? You can write in the chat if you don't want to unmute yourselves. Anybody? Last call? All right, going once, going twice. Oh. All right. Well, thank you again, Melissa. Seriously, like it was such an honor to have you on here talking to our team and just taking the time away from your family to do this. And this is one of the biggest like reasons why I love Beachbody, and especially our team. We really have that family culture and that community, and we help each other out. Like it's not, you know, what Melissa does or what I do doesn't take what anyone else does. Like we're all here willing to share what we do, how we do it, share our tools and our resources with one another, because we all know like we're in this for a bigger reason. Like we want to help change millions and millions of lives, and we're doing it together. So never lose sight of that either. But all right, so great team call. Thank you again. Hope you guys had a great time tuning in. And I'll get the recording up and sent over to you if you want to share it with the rest of your team. Thank you again.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Good night. Bye, everybody. Take care.